Hello, everyone, and welcome to Australia for an ARL social race. I am Justin, aka Fake Ghost Pirate,
And I'm Mikko, aka Smuffler.
and today we'll be doing commentary for a preseason race we did on Sunday, October 27th, with the Apex Racing League.
Yeah, ARL, of course, our league, and it's been delayed for 20 the F1 2013 game because of certain issues with bugs and all kinds of things.
Yep, glitches, lags, all sorts of crazy things have been going on. But in the meantime, we will be doing these social races on Sundays. I believe that we're going to be doing Malaysia on this coming Sunday as a social race, unless, of course, something changes. No, we haven't even done the time trial stuff, so they don't even have the split. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing the Malaysia social race this Sunday.
Yeah.
Starting off with the setup here. I missed your your roll bars. Going 50-50 high standard. I think I did 51-49 medium large. I've been doing a little bit higher ride height recently, just to avoid the car dragging on the ground on the long straights and that sort of thing. It seems like it's helping. I haven't done extensive testing, so I don't know for sure, but I think this game actually there is an effect on top speed if you run your car too low.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if someone's done any testing. Let us know. And
Yeah, I would love to hear about that.
yeah, and we didn't have Park Ferme on, so
Right.
we could change the setup for the race. So no need for a tire saving setup here, but for some reason I did.
Yeah, I think I did the same. I mean, this is a social, but at the same time, this is also kind of practice for whenever the league does eventually start. So, you kind of want to try and find a balance between quali and the race. So I think that's what we were doing.
Yeah, and I'm racing for a Mercedes, and you're with the Lotus.
Right. Yep. The second Lotus was taken. So here we are. Going to do side-by-side qualifying comparison. Coming around the final corner and going down this start-finish straight using all our DRS and KERS. And right now we're in 5th and 8th. And pretty similar. Yeah, it looks like you're actually already a little bit ahead after that first corner. Probably carried a little bit more speed. And then going into this corner, I think you were much more aggressive and can really see the time difference now. At least a couple tenths separating us at this point.
Yeah, taking pretty similar lines to these couple of corners. This is really hard to keep the car not to run too wide.
Yep, yeah, hard not to cut at this track too. Pretty easy. That corner that we just went through, that one's pretty easy to cut as well.
And I think I did a little bit.
I'm sure lots of people did.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, wow, I almost hit that baller there, really close. And it looks like the gap is pretty much staying the same. I did notice that you used more KERS at the beginning of the lap than I did, so that might have helped as well.
Yeah, I ran a little wide there, and coming up to the penultimate corner, a little bit of oversteer from my side, and I think the gap's reduced a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think because I used my KERS a little bit later. So in the end, not too bad though. I was about 5/10 off of your time. Historically though, you do tend to qualify better than me. So 3rd and 7th on the grid, not bad. Out of 10. I am ahead of Onage, but Onage is starting on the primes. He's pulling a Mark Webber here.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that the Park Ferme rule doesn't apply to the tire rule because it's kind of
Similar.
Yeah, you can change the setup if you turn Park Ferme off, but you can't still choose your tires.
Yeah.
So you're locked with the tires.
So this is a 50% race, of course. and so it's, I believe, 29 laps. Nice variation in strategies. Onage was not the only person to start on the primes. Some other people started on the primes as well. Nobody ahead of you, though. Who was it that qualified second? It was one of the firsts. It was Fat first or Jack first?
Jack first, yeah.
Jack first, yeah, great job from him. He seems very quick this year. He was, I mean, not that far off of Alex Gillen even.
Yeah, 7/10. So Alex in his own league as usual.
Of course, though, yeah, Onage was on the primes though, so he might have been able to beat Alex had he gone for the options, but I'm not sure. Are they driving in this? Are they both driving in the same car in this race?
No, I don't think so. I think
Yeah, I don't.
Onage
think they are.
and Chicane are driving for Sauber.
Oh, okay, yep. I think Alex is in a Red Bull.
Yeah.
So you're doing a two-stop. I'm doing a two-stop as well. Interestingly enough, though, your game was telling you couldn't two-stop. It was telling you, no, this is a bad idea. My game actually recommended a two-stop. I don't know if that's because I was in the Lotus or something, but I pulled up my race strategy and it told me to two-stop, so I just went with it. So here we are on the grid, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're away. You're already in Rich Mix. Getting a good start on Jack first.
Yeah.
Using a little bit of cars now. And there's some contact.
Oh.
And there's some contact with you as well. I couldn't really see who caused that though.
I think it was my teammate,
Stop.
Granu.
And moving on board with me now, and I have some pretty exciting lag issues going on with the first guys, Jack first, Fat first. If any of you guys watched the social race at Yareth that we posted, you would have seen a similar issue with Mikey, where cars, when they're a certain distance away from me, they'll start doing this kind of glitch in and out. I think you're about to see it. There it is.
Yeah.
And it just keeps doing that over and over. And it makes it really difficult to try and pass someone when that's happening. So right now I'm doing my best to keep up with them, but at the same time I'm being very cautious because I don't want to drive anyone off the road.
Yeah, and if you can hear the sound, it's really strange.
Yeah,
Kind of like a DJ mixing or something.
Exactly. It sounds like a DJ scratching on a turntable or something. And I did not brake for that corner properly at all. That's going to let Alex Gillen and Silver Arrow by, and it looks like you got a nice run going on me. Ooh, moving to the inside. That was a nice move. Going a little bit on the grass, but... oh, right, yep, in retrospect, I believe I lag bubbled Silver Arrow into that corner there, which is why it was actually almost a little bit too easy getting past the two of us. My apologies to Silver there. I did brake a little late. I was getting used to the 50% fuel level, and I didn't actually touch him on my screen, but I could tell that I lag bubbled him. It was definitely my fault. So, and we got a Sauber off. That's Chicane. He is, of course, a split one driver.
Yep.
And you are nicely behind Alex Gillen here. He is not really pulling away.
Yes, trying to stick with him. With these
Doing a great job.
super softs, they don't last very long.
Nope, they really don't. Some people are going to be pitting, I imagine, as early as lap 4, 5, 6. I can't remember. I think I might have gone to lap 7 on my option stint, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
and
looks like Alex has passed Jack first.
Yep, he's gotten past Jack first, so he's moved himself up to second place.
I think Onage is leading.
And actually, you know, it looks like Jack first is kind of doing the same thing for you too.
Yeah.
It didn't look as severe as it was from my point of view, but it looks like a similar sort of kind of ghosting, glitching happening with them. The first guys did have connection issues last year with F1 2012, and wow, Jack first into the pits already. He just wants to get off of these option tires as quickly as possible, apparently.
Yeah, doing the Vettel.
Yep. Yeah. And here we are, starting lap 3. I am right behind Linios. He was one of the prime tire starters, so I am looking to try and get by him as quickly as I can. I'm pretty close right now, possibly going to be looking up the inside of this corner, and I am. And he leaves me room, but I was too far back, so he keeps the position. He's going very slow now, though. His that last corner was compromised. And no, he's still going to maintain that position though.
Yep. The prime tires. It's with heavy fuel. It's kind of a slippery first couple of laps, particularly. So.
Especially because now that the track rubber's in
Yeah.
early in the race, the track's very green, not a lot of, and I am using all my curves actually going side by side with Lineos, and it looks like I've got that position.
Yep.
But yeah,
Excuse
me, as we were saying, yeah, not too bad though.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lineos is starting on the primes. The prime tires, of course, have less grip. The track is also very green, so it's actually pretty tough starting on the prime tires in F1 2013. I mean, we could see you even at this point struggling with some grip issues. And you've moved up to third, and Alex is now going to have a run on Ownage. And it looks like he has made that stick. Oh, yeah. Looks like you got some dirty air there that pushed you out a little wide.
Yeah. Still got DRS, so can catch them up a little bit.
And you could tell I was actually going into lean when I was behind Lineos because I wasn't sure if I was going to make that pass happen or not. And thankfully I did end up making that pass happen though. But I am trying to do some fuel saving through those two corners there after the second DRS straight, the next two corners. I think that's turns 3 and 4 maybe.
Yeah, it helps with the traction, of course, also.
Yep, yeah. So this is lap 4, and yeah, I am stopping on lap 7. Again, that is what was recommended to me from the game. The game told me to stop on lap 7, lap 18, and I said, you know what, game? I trust you. I'm going to go for it.
Yeah, for me it recommended a 3-stop. So
option, prime option?
Yeah, I think so. And as you can see, left front really worn already. 4 laps in.
Yep, had a hard time getting around that last corner.
Yeah, and only one hot lap with these tires, so the tire life isn't great. Using all my
curves. They are the super softs. They are the super softs, so you know that is to be expected. And of course, Ownage is on the primes, but at this point in the stint, his medium tires might actually be faster than your extremely worn options. So I would be pretty impressed if you were. I mean, it does look like you are closing on him actually, though. It's very possible that he's trying to do some tire conservation, though. He's just kind of taking it easy, trying not to destroy his tires. I'm not sure if he's trying to 2-stop or 3-stop, but since he's starting on the primes, I'd imagine he's probably at least thinking about doing a 2-stop.
Yeah, and trying to get past.
Oh, and then he just closes the door while you already had the wing alongside. That was a little naughty, but it could be lag related. He might have thought you were farther back than you actually were.
Yeah, and he of course races from the cockpit view, so.
As what? Yep, yeah. Did he do that last year too?
Race from cockpit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I wasn't 100% sure on that. I wasn't sure if that was something that he was doing new for F1 2013. He does have some cockpit cam mods, if you've seen any of his videos, which make it look quite nice. And so here we are. You're going to pit now on lap 5, I assume for the primes. Yeah, obviously for the primes since you're 2-stopping.
Yeah, and that is Alex in front.
Yep. Alex is in the pits. Came out right behind you. He definitely didn't slow you up. I think you may have delayed him slightly, but it wouldn't have been by much.
Maybe a few tenths.
Yeah, and that was Silver pitting in the Silver Arrow pitting in the other Lotus back there. And so there are 3 cars up ahead that still haven't pit, I believe. At least 3. And you've got DRS actually. There you go.
And chicane behind me, I think it's on new options. So.
Okay, is he going?
He's going with a very different strategy.
Option, prime.
I don't know.
You know, actually, I do believe he did 3 stops. So yeah, if he's on the options now, I'm going to imagine that he did option, prime. Most people, or as far as I know, everyone that did the 3-stop did 2 stints on the options, 2 stints on the primes. So
Yeah.
if he went from options to options, then I imagine he's going primes and then primes again.
Yeah, really no point on doing 3 stints with primes.
Right, yeah, not on this track. I mean, unless you suffer severely from tire wear, but I mean, I really can't see that being a problem for too many people. And a little bit wide there. Kept it on the track though for the most part. I don't think you lost too much time.
No, not really. Tires still warming up, and actually
Yep.
these prime tires, they need maybe 2 or 3 laps to get used to and make the best out of them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you need an out lap and then probably a hot lap, and then you can actually start really pushing.
Yep.
And he is right behind you, and it looks like he's got DRS. And oh, he switches to the inside. But you pulled a nice little Gutierrez move and just kind of covered the middle of the track, making it difficult for him. Not against the rules though. No rule breaking there.
Just stick the car in the middle, so that's not illegal.
Yep, just trying to make it as difficult as possible for him. But yeah, same thing happened with Grosjean and Gutierrez in India, and no penalty for Gutierrez. Roman was a little upset, you could tell, but nothing that he could really do. Back on board with me now, and I am just barely keeping up with Onage. He does have a little bit of a gap to me. Remember, he is on the primes though, so he's going to be continuing on this lap, and I am going to be pitting as I get some serious oversteer coming out of that penultimate corner, and some more oversteer as I come into the pits.
Yeah, looked like a couple of really hard corners there on the 7-lap old options.
Yep, yeah. So that was actually 8 laps on the options, if you count my quali lap.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy that I was able to make that stint happen. I was definitely skeptical when I saw the strategy was telling me to pin on lap 7, but it really wasn't too bad. The tires were pretty bad for lap 7, but not too bad for the laps prior to that. So I just really had one kind of slow lap I needed to do. And I finally do pit for the primes, and I am way down in 9th place now, though.
Yeah, 2 stops still puts you in good contention, so it's not over yet.
Yep, yeah, I am 2-stopping, of course, so you know, I really need to put in some nice clean laps, especially I got lots of clear air here. The next car is at least 6.8 seconds up the road. Remember, my split times, for you guys that don't know this already, my split times are not accurate. They're a decent representation of how far back I am. They're not off by loads, but you know that time could be anywhere between 4 and 8 seconds, really. But you could see on the mini-map visually, I am quite a ways back, at least a few corners behind 8th place.
Yep. And I have three laps on these tires now, so chasing down Fat first.
Ooh, a little bit of oversteer there.
I think he's pitting. No, not this lap. I
Nope.
don't know if he started on primes or... Oh, I've got chicane for company.
Yep, here he comes. He's going up the inside. It looks like he's got this position. You're going to get a slightly better run, but of course he's going to have DRS again right now.
Yeah.
We see that rear wing open up, and he just starts pulling away as he does the fastest lap of the race on his second set of options there. But I imagine he's going to be pitting within a lap or two, actually, if he's 3-stopping. He might even be pitting at the end of this lap.
Yeah, I think so too. So actually his pace doesn't seem to be that much different from mine. So I can pretty much hang on to him.
Yeah, he seemed to kind of fly by you, but you're sticking with him really well. Using some curves.
Yeah, I think this slipstreaming is much more effective than in the last game.
I agree completely. The slipstream effect and the dirty air effect seem to be more powerful in this game. Some people have said otherwise. Some people think that the dirty air effect is actually weaker in this game than the last one. But I think it might be like an exponential thing. It might be weaker from, you know, this kind of distance that you're at now, but I think it's a lot stronger when you start getting within, you know, 1 or 2 car lengths of the guy.
Yeah, I think so too.
But you got DRS, And he does not pit, so he's going to stay out for at least one more lap. And closing in on him pretty nicely here. Oh, missed the apex a little bit there. And yep, now it looks like he's actually pulling away a little bit.
I still got DRS, so.
And lots of cars up ahead, actually. The field is very bunched up, aside from the two Lotuses. You can see the two cars that are kind of detached from everyone else in the back. The second to last one is me, and Linios having a very hard time at this track. He told me after the race that he was running, I think he said 48-52 brake bias, with 52 being to the rear. Which is not very good for this game. It's a lot easier to lock up your rear tires in this game than it was last year.
Yeah, and only the front locking is only a problem when your tires are heavily worn.
Yeah, I don't think I had really any problems with front locking at this track, but I was only running 51-49. That's one of the things that I really need to test out more in this game, is what tracks require what braking. I'm sure some tracks you could maybe even go as high as 53-47 as Chicane pits the end of lap 10, so he's going to have to do 9 or 10 laps on his next stint and then finish it out on another set of primes.
Yeah, and I've got free DRS for a while.
Ooh, nice, very nice. Yep, that's going to help. And so that moves you up to 4th place. You got the two firsts and Alex Gillen up ahead. Jack First, Fat First, and Alex Gillen. As I have a little corner cut warning there. So I'm up to 7th place now. I got past Linios, and I got past Chicane while he was pitting as well.
Yeah,
and
Linios was starting on the primes as well, so I think he did maybe 11 laps.
Yep, I think you're right.
Primes.
10 or 11 laps, something like that. I don't know if he's pit yet, actually. So, but if he has, it's only the one time so far. And I just need to make these last until lap 18, and then I'm stopping for my second and final stop for another set of the primes. And part of the reason I wanted to do this strategy was actually because I used all of my option tires during qualifying. If I did a 3-stop strategy where I did option, prime, option, my last stint would actually be on a scrub set of options, which really doesn't sound optimal to me. So that's one of the reasons that I wanted to go ahead and stick with the 2-stop strategy that the game recommended.
Yeah.
And Granu going very wide there. It looks like he might be struggling with some tire wear issues.
And you can already see in some parts of the track, you can see a little bit of a rubber line appearing. Yep. Not too much, but in some corners.
Oh, looks like I had a little screen freeze there. I was catching up on Granu and then had a little lag moment, and that dropped me back a couple more positions. And I have DRS on him though. Looking at the inside, it closed it off. So I'm just gonna try and stick with him for right now.
Yep, and Granus, of course, he's one of ARL's veterans, one of the older guys. So he has a lot of experience from driving games, as I've understood.
Interesting. So, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, and of course another Finn, which is good to see.
Yep. Lots of Finns, actually. A lot more Finns than Americans, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, actually, Granu is quite a bit faster than me in some tracks. I think in Brazil and tracks like that, I think he's actually faster than me. So, in any case, not a slow driver.
No, not at all. But thankfully, he does pit, which releases me now. I've got DRS as well. So this will help me put in some laps. And I do believe I just passed Fat First?
Fat First, yeah.
Yep. So Fat First pits. So are you in second right now?
Probably, yes.
Okay. And I assume Alex is in first. So right now it's Alex, then Smuffler, then Onage, followed by Fake Ghost, and then Jack first, as Chicane does the fastest lap. 125.0. That's 1.2 seconds faster than my current fastest.
Yeah, probably on a new set of primes, maybe.
Yeah, I think a brand new set of primes. Yeah, he pit on lap 11 or 10. Yeah, I think it was 11. He pit for the new primes. So yeah, he did his out lap, and then one flying lap, and now he's really pushing. And I am trying to do as much fuel conservation as I can. I'm trying to, in a little bit of corner cut there, trying to do as much fuel conservation as possible. Feeling pretty good though at this point in 4th place with only 1 stop to go. I know a lot of people still have 2 stops to go, so I'm feeling pretty good at this point in the race.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when we all already heard from all the real F1 drivers that they don't really like the fact that it's all about tires and tires and tires, but actually this game I think it's captured that pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
if you, for example, if you try to do a 2-stop on this track, you really need to focus on preserving your tires.
Oh, almost had a little moment there, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just trying to avoid wheel spin as much as possible. I'm trying to stay on the rubbered in line. There's that corner had and there's a little bit more rubbered in line there. So there's some nice examples here of the rubbered in line, and I believe the rubbered in line not only helps with grip, but I think it helps with tire wear as well. Oh, another corner cut there. Really don't like that corner.
Yeah, really easy to cut actually many of the corners on this track.
I mean, it's almost difficult to not cut it. Yeah. I would even say.
And if you look at the mini-map, the difference, the time difference between you, me, and Alex is quite large at this point.
Pretty big gap. And someone's pitting, and it looks like it's you.
No, I don't think so.
Nope, it's Alex. Sorry, my mistake. It's Alex. It's in the pits right now.
And Jack first, I think he has a run on you.
Uh-oh. Oh, gosh.
Doing the DJ.
Oh gosh. I can tell you, I was just terrified the whole time that was happening. I was just thinking to myself, please pass me. Just get past me and let's just get this over with. Going down to lean now. Oh, a little bit of an inside wheel lock, pushed me out wide. And that's going to put Alex right on me.
Yeah, I think Alex on a new set of primes. I
and
think he's saving his options for the last stint.
Yeah, I do believe he did option, prime option. And really for my strategy to work, I would need to stay in front of him in order for my strategy to work, because he's got to pit still for the options, and I have to pit still for the primes. Yeah. So I mean, optimally, I need probably a 5-second gap to Alex right now if I want to have any hope of beating him in the race. And I mean, he's already in my DRS zone, I think. It says 1.7 seconds. Yes, you can see he's much closer than that. That is definitely not a 1.7 second gap. But I am kind of racing him, so I am trying. We are on different strategies, but at the same time, he is an opponent, so I'm trying not to give the place to him. But at the same time, I'm trying not to destroy my tires while defending. And you can see him, he's looking to the outside, he cuts back to the inside now. He's going to have a much better run. Much better run. And we can see no lag issues with Alex. It really just was, there's a little one, but it really was just those first guys that I was having the problems with. And then, of course, Mikey in the Yareth social race.
Yeah, I don't know if it's network related or of course the distance between you from Texas to Germany is quite big.
Right.
But I mean, when we're racing, we don't have any lag issues usually.
Right. You might just have better internet than the first guys, though, so that could be part of it. But I mean, it's kind of like it's really just those guys, and I don't think those guys have the same problem with other people. So, It's only certain people with certain people that seem to have this type of issue. It's not something I've seen a lot in other videos, so it really seems to be that, I mean, I'm really the only person that I've seen so far. Ooh, just barely clipping the gravel there. You actually got the audio sound of the gravel, but I don't see anything on your tires.
Yeah.
And you are going to pit early, it looks like. It's not flashing right now, so I assume that you weren't actually supposed to pit on this lap.
Yeah, front left, just too worn. Couldn't keep the or could just keep the car on the track, but I think one more lap would have been torture. So I just need to preserve that left front until the end of the race. And a big task, 13 laps.
Yep. It's not going to be easy, but yeah, I agree completely. I think if you had tried to do one more lap on that set of tires, that would have been pretty damaging to your race.
Yep. And I think if you look at the minimap, there's a train of cars, maybe 4 cars, maybe 10 seconds away, so...
Got a nice gap though.
Yeah.
Could really push.
I don't really have to push in this stage. I know I'm probably gapping someone, maybe Onage or Chicane or...
And it looks like I'm actually at the head of this truly train. Of course, I am on 10-lap-old tires at this point, and it's this section here actually that I think is destroying that front left that you were talking about. Sector 3, it's got a high-speed right. Well, it starts off with a high-speed left, then a high-speed right, then another high-speed right, and then a third high-speed right. So 3 high-speed right-hand corners in Sector 3, and I really think that's what's causing most of the damage. With
the first corner, of course.
Right, exactly. That one's certainly not helping. And there goes Fat first. Again. Yep. Not as bad, actually. That time it wasn't as bad as with Jack first. So that's me down to 4th now. And it's lap 18, so I am going to be stopping this lap for my final stop.
And now you can start to see the rubber din line.
It seems like it shows up earlier and later for different tracks. Malaysia, it seems to show up very quickly.
Yeah. I think I don't know if it's related to the abrasion of the track or what.
Well, and Onage just dives right up my inside, and now Chicane's thinking that he's going to make a move too. Yep, I think all 3 of those guys recognized that I was on very damaged tires. Oh, with the little lag moments with Chicane, actually. I didn't remember that issue. I didn't remember having any issues with Chicane as Onage went very wide.
I think Onage went with a really strange strategy. I think he went for 3 sets of options or something crazy.
Oh, okay. You know, I did say before the race that 3 sets of options was the way to go, but I was joking at the time. I'm not sure if he took that seriously.
Yeah, someone recommended full wet tires.
that was Onage, so
yeah.
maybe he knew I was joking. 3.0 pit stop. You know, you really don't see as many sub 3 second pit stops as I would expect. For 2013, most teams are doing sub 3 second pit stops. Ferrari, McLaren, Red Bull, Lotus, Mercedes, maybe even some of the midfield teams as well. But all those teams are doing, you know, 2.4, 2.5, 2.7 in the pits. But this game really seems a lot more like F1 2012. Where, you know, pit stops are pretty much 3 seconds, give or take a tenth.
Yep. I think that's the case. So you're on the fresh tires and you really have to do what 10 or 11 laps now?
Oh, yep, 11 laps. I was stopping on lap 7 and then 18, and then the end of the race is 29. So 7 laps on the options, 11 on the primes, and then 11 again on the primes.
Yeah, now you can really see that how spread the field is at the moment.
Yep, definitely spreading out. It looks like 4th and 5th place are right near each other. I think that might be Onage and Chicane still battling. A lot of people though are still need to pit. I know for a fact Chicane still needs to pit. Alex Gillen still needs to pit. and I'm not sure about the first guys, but I think at least one of the first guys needs to pit as well.
Yeah.
So right now it's just all about clean driving. I'm racing people that are a lot farther up the road than I am, so I just need to keep it clean and consistent.
And there's some, I think,
some people
ownage in the pits. Yeah.
Yep, ownage in the pits, and chicane is in the pits as well. So that moves me up 2 positions to 6th.
And that is Jack first ahead. So maybe a good 8 seconds or something.
Yeah, something like
10
that.
seconds.
Yeah. I was thinking 10, something like that. It's a good amount, but pit stop is over 20 seconds at this track. It's a slow pit lane, I believe, 60 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. And chicane, of course, on new tires behind, so
Yep, and that's...
he's gonna be harassing you.
Exactly, that's who I'm racing. I could tell you right now, I knew that he was on primes, because he wouldn't be stopping at the end of lap 19 for a set of options. So
Yeah.
I know he's on primes. I know they're a little bit newer than mine. I know he's a little bit faster than me, but I know I can definitely maintain this position. Of course, it says he's only 2.8 seconds back. He is probably, let's see, one... Okay.
Maybe 4 or 5 seconds behind.
Looking at the
actually.
clock, looks more like 6 or 7 actually, 6 or 7 seconds.
Okay.
Just based on looking at the time here. So he's definitely a few seconds back. He would need to be about probably 6/10 a lap faster than me, 6 or 7/10 a lap faster than me in order to catch up and pass me. So lap 21, 9 laps left.
Personal best for you.
Yep, feeling great on these tires. That's the downside to doing the 2-stop, of course, is that you have really no chance of putting in the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah.
And just going very gentle through those low-speed corners there in Sector 1, just trying to avoid any wheel spin. And actually, I'm going to Rich Mix now for this short little Sector 2 section, which I don't normally do, but I think I'm a little bit worried about chicane at this point. And also, I did so much fuel saving in the early stage of the race, I'm actually still at +1 lap of fuel. So I can afford to use some Rich Mix to try and keep him behind.
Yeah, and actually, for those who haven't played F1 2013 that much, it should be mentioned that even when you're in optimal fuel, you can go almost to -1 with the
Right.
fuel and still make it to the finish. So
Right.
maybe even plus 2 laps of fuel.
Right, exactly. Yeah, once you hit optimal, you're actually at +0.9, laps of fuel. So even though it says optimal, you still got some more fuel to burn. Usually I'm a little bit more conservative. I see a lot of the Xbox 360 guys when they're racing. They tend to just burn off fuel until they get to -1, and then they start fuel saving for the end of the race. I prefer to kind of fuel save a little bit every lap, and then I can choose to push when I need to towards the end of the race. So there's a couple other people. I believe Ricky C from the Xbox side of ARL. He tends to do that as well. Saves his fuel for the end of the race when everyone else is on worn tires and running out of fuel, and then that's when he pushes and makes up some positions.
Yeah, my kind of driving, I'm not such a big fan of switching between fuel mixes. So
Yeah, I'd say that's a habit that I kind of picked up pretty early on when I first got my racing wheel. I'm not sure where it started from exactly, but it's just something that I started learning how to change the fuel mix mid-corner, stuff like that. For instance, right here, as you see me come around the corner, I'm still turning the wheel, and I'm actually going into Rich Mix for the exit of that corner. It's something that I've been doing for a while now. And it doesn't mean that I get fastest laps, but it usually means that I'm pretty consistent over the course of the entire race. As Fat First does a 1:23.1, that's almost 2 seconds faster than the lap I just put in. So I'm definitely not catching him at the moment, but I'm willing to bet that he needs to make another stop.
Yeah. Uh, that's such a fast lap. I don't know if he's on. He must be on options then.
Honestly, I would hope so. If he's 2 seconds a lap faster than me, I really do hope it's options. And yep, we're on board with you now, and you are in fact in second place. And if Alex should be pitting pretty soon. He's going to do a late race option stint, so I'd imagine he's either stopping at the end of this lap or the next one. Nope, it looked like he can. Yeah, he's continuing on.
Lap.
Yeah, he continued on. And yep, you are down at optimal at the moment. Very comfortably in second place, though. You got Jack first behind, but by quite a large margin. Let's see this split time. It's probably going to be 10 seconds or so, 7.6 seconds. So with only 6 laps left, including this one, you got a nice gap to him. I mean, he would have to be over a second a lap faster than you to catch up to you at this point. So looking pretty good for second place at the moment.
Yeah, I think he has. His tires are fresher, so I think at the end of the race he's gonna pressurize me.
Yeah.
And that, of course, that left front again starting to wear more than any other tire.
Yep, definitely the problem tire here is that worn front left pushes you out wide, or pulls you out wide, take your pick. And man, look at that gap now to Alex Gillen. That is just insane, 17.2 seconds. That's not. He doesn't quite have a pit stop in hand though, so you should be actually coming out in front of him, I believe.
Yeah, I should. I think the pit stop time is maybe 21 seconds, including the time you're spending on the pits, right?
And he is in the pits now, and Jack first is catching you. Last split time was under 7 seconds, so he is catching you, but I don't think catching you fast enough. And Alex is out of the pit box. Going very slowly, of course, 60 kilometers an hour, and you are past him. And he's just now coming out, but he is on a set of the option tires. So I would expect it, and Lineos for tires. His race just went from bad to worse, and then even worser. So Lineos decides to call it a day. I believe he was towards the back of the grid anyway. I think he was in 8th, 9th, or 10th. As I mentioned earlier, he did a rearward brake bias, and it was not working out for him at all. I could see some of his struggles even when I was following behind him. I could see his rear tires locking and him just struggling to get the car slowed down.
Yep. And 4.4 seconds. And to be fair, I didn't expect to keep this position. Because I knew that if he pit that late, so he must have options, and I've got very, very worn primes. So.
Well, 4.2. He only gained 2/10 on you in the second sector there.
Yeah.
So you're doing well so far.
Yeah.
But right now his tires are getting faster, while your tires are getting slower.
Yeah. I think he's still on his outlap, so.
Yep, exactly. So his tires are probably just kind of up to temperature now, or maybe they were by the end of sector 2 or so. But they are now up to temperature for sure, and he is definitely pushing. Alex does not like to lose this. 3.4, he's gained 8/10 on you in the last sector there. And so it's now 6.1 seconds to Jack first, though, so still looking good there. Very late braking from you, but you managed to hang on to it, even hit the apex for the most part there. Very nice. And can actually hear Alex coming now.
Yeah, trying to keep it on the rubber din line. That gives a lot more grip, even with these very worn tires.
Yeah, towards the end of the race, if you could stay on that rubber din line, you get, I'd say, anywhere from a 10 to 20% grip increase. Which is especially helpful in this type of situation, as Granu does a 22.6. That's certainly on options.
Yep. And the gap now maybe something about a second.
Yep, looking like he is going to be in your DRS zone. And the DRS detection line is coming up. It is right there.
Yeah.
Yep,
these are the corners that I'm the slowest, so there's where Alex is doing the catching up.
And he's gonna do the same move on you. It looks like nope. He's having a little bit of a harder time passing you than he did with me. Nope, he switches to the inside, and it looks like that's the job done.
Yeah, no point fighting really.
Yep, yeah, you're just going to lose time to Jack first. Staying nicely in his slipstream, though.
Yeah, and I think he's probably gonna disappear into the horizon now.
Yep, fully expect that. Yeah, as he does a 22.2, 4/10 faster than Granu. That is an absolutely amazing lap, considering this is a race. I mean, I think that might have been faster than my quali lap.
Yeah, with DRS, not impossible.
And very nice corner there. That wasn't a corner cut or anything. And back on board with me. I am down on optimal now, and I am in 5th place. Big gap to Fat First. It says 12.4. I believe it is actually a little bit less than that. And Chicane is catching me, though. As I said, he is on slightly newer prime tires. Ooh, got a little grass on my tire, compromised my corner there. Going to Rich now, using some curves. Back down to standard.
Yeah, race engineer telling you to go back to mix 2.
And I've seen that mod that some people have on PC where it shows how much throttle and brake you're giving. It also shows exactly how much fuel you have left. I'm not sure if you've seen that mod. I'm really thinking about getting that because I think that would be really helpful for helping me manage my fuel. It's something I'm pretty good at already. I'd say fuel management is definitely one of my strengths at this game. But with that mod, I could probably even improve it, do a little bit better. Make sure I'm just ending the race with, exactly 0 fuel as I cross the line.
Yeah, 2 laps to go then.
Yep, second to last lap. Last lap was a 25.9, not very quick. 9/10 off my fastest lap, personal best lap.
Yep. Keeping Chicane at bay though.
Yep, yeah, it's looking good. I'd say I'm at least 2 or 3 seconds ahead of him. Yeah, probably somewhere between 2 and 3. And still doing a little bit of fuel saving where I can. Because I know that I might need that rich mix for the final lap if he's going to catch me. It says 2.3. That's probably not too far off, actually. It's interesting. And I'm actually staying in rich, big corner cut there. I don't think that was. I don't think that helped my time though. And back on board with you here, and Alex is gone. He is absolutely gone. Jack First still catching up with you. Nope, a little bit of oversteer.
Oop.
A little bit of a moment.
Yeah, you can see coming out of the last corner, you're trying to keep the. Yeah. You can see the front left completely gone already, so.
And Alex is 7 seconds up the road.
Yeah, really have to manage these brakings.
Yep, you're braking very early for that corner. Thankfully, this is a nice left-hand corner, so you can kind of push on that one. It's really just the right-hand corners that you need to be worried about because of that front left is getting loaded during these right-hand corners. This is another one, so you braked early for that one. Great job going through that corner. Wow, that was actually a really beautiful corner considering your tire wear at the moment. And 2 point. Oh no! Locked the outside wheel. And definitely going to lose some time now. Jack First is right up on you using lots of curves.
Yeah,
he's
need
catching.
to save some curves for the final straight.
Yep. Yep, good strategy from you. He's only 3/10 back. He is going to have DRS, but you did save some curves here. Staying to the inside.
Yeah, using whatever fuel I've got left.
Very nice.
Rich.
Very nice defending.
And really going slow. There, sticking on the inside. Defensive.
Oh wow, lots of oversteer and understeer at the same time, using the rest of your curves. I think he might have saved some curves. He's using DRS though, and who ended up? Who was? Who did he take that? Did he take that position? Yeah. It says third, Smuffler. So, great job to Jack First, and it looks like I passed someone too. I was running in 5th. I'm now in 4th. Yeah, Fat First. It looks like Fat First had some problems at the end, and myself and Chicane both got past him, moving us up to 4th and 5th. So not bad. Finishing in 3rd and 4th here. We both two stopped, and actually we didn't even discuss that before the race. That just kind of happened.
Yeah, I just wanted to try it. I thought 3 stops sounded little bit too long,
Yeah,
too
yeah.
much.
I was the same way. I wanted to give it a shot. You know, this is just a social race. It's nothing official, so I just wanted to give it a shot. Wow, in the end, you were only 16 one-thousandths of a second behind Jack first. Extremely close finish right there. Great job from the first guys, though. They really seem to be on their stuff for this season. Onage had a pretty terrible race. He was not having fun out there. Linios, of course, leaving. Silver Arrow, it doesn't seem like he had a really good race either. He also had a 10-second time penalty. I'm not sure what that was for. It could have been possibly for corner cutting, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, third and fourth in the end. Although I was about 12 seconds behind you in the end, so a bit of a gap between the two of us, but still very happy with that. We both finished ahead of Chicane, who is a split one driver from season 6. But again, I got to say kudos to Jack first. Very nice race from him.
Yeah, it's of course a little bit different from the real ARL league races because no one's really done any practice for this. So
I believe Alex actually did some practice for this, though. Or he
I wouldn't be surprised.
at the very least he had done the single career in his Caterham, and then he also did the co-op career in his Toro Rosso. Of course, we did that too, so he might have had about as much practice as we had. But yeah, in the end, pretty happy with that actually. Hopefully we can pull off a similar type of strategy in the actual race itself whenever that whenever that happens.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's enough for this race. I think we'll see you guys next time.
Yep, join us for the next social race where we'll be in Malaysia, my favorite track.
Yeah. See you there.
Bye-bye.